Welcome to the Digital CEO Masterclass. First and foremost, I want to commend you on being a person of action. If you're watching this right now, you've probably reached out to myself or my team and have acquired for more information on high-ticket affiliate marketing. Now, I know personally that taking action towards your goals and your dreams is uncomfortable, but you're doing it because you really want change. You really want things to be different. And that's the exact type of person that I love working with. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do a deep dive into this world. And if you really let it, this video could be the most important video you see this year. And so for the next few minutes, I really want you to lean in and pay close attention. Get your notebook, get your pen out, and take notes because this information can transform your life. Let's dive in. Again, I want to welcome you to the Digital CEO Masterclass. This masterclass is about how I've built a 7-figure online business without creating my own products and having a big following. Today, my goal is simple. I want to give you the fundamentals. What I want to do is pull back the curtain and really unpack what high-ticket affiliate marketing is. I want to show you my playbook that has helped me create success in this space. And I also want to share with you some case studies of some of my students that have been able to have massive results in this space following the exact same blueprint. And if you stay to the very end, I have a very special bonus for those of you who are looking to get started and want to leverage a plug-and-play system that allows you to create results almost immediately. Okay? Now, when it comes to success in this space, I want to give you guys an analogy. I want you to think of an iceberg. The reality is that most people really only see the top. They see the influencers, the digital marketers, your favorite creators. They see them at the top of the mountain. But what they don't see everything below the surface. They don't see the work. They don't see the systems. They don't see the processes, the habits, the leverage. And those are the real things that actually create success. And that's exactly what we're going to unpack here in this masterclass. Now, before we dive in, a quick backstory. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Norte Engman. And when I first discovered high-ticket affiliate marketing, I was probably in a similar position to you. I was working 2 jobs. I was a single father, and honestly, I was frustrated with the direction my life was headed. It felt like it was getting harder and harder to get ahead. Even though I had built a decent career, even though I was working hard, it still felt like it wasn't enough. And more importantly, it wasn't sustainable for my mental health. And so I wanted something different. Now, I truly believe that when you put a prayer or desire out there into the universe, God puts people, events, and circumstances in your life to help you get closer to where you want to be. And that's exactly what happened for me. I met my now good friend and mentor, Balaj W. Cardos, who at the time had retired himself, his mom, and his girlfriend, leveraging this exact same blueprint I'm going to share with you today. He opened my eyes up to a world that I didn't even know existed, and that changed everything for me. Fast forward today, not only have I been able to quit both of my jobs, but I've been able to create time freedom, true time freedom, where now I can spend my time doing the things that I'm truly passionate about, whether it's traveling, whether it's making music, whether it's spending quality time with my daughter. I don't have to ask permission to take time off. I don't have to answer to a boss. I get to design my own life. And the best part is, it doesn't just stop with me. I've also been able to help hundreds of other people create this exact same lifestyle, leveraging this blueprint I'm about to share with you guys today. And I'm about to share some of those people with you right now. This right here is Natalie Jones. When Natalie first found our high-ticket blueprint, she was working as a social worker. She felt like she was overworked, underpaid, and undervalued for what she was actually bringing to the table. And she was really frustrated with the direction that her career was going. She had tried other business ventures online, but never really had a breakthrough. I think her biggest month was around like $900. Now, don't get me wrong, $900 is decent, but it's really not sustainable if you're spending an extra 40 to 50 hours outside of your full-time job to make that happen. Now, after implementing our high-ticket blueprint, not only was Natalie able to quit her full-time career as a social worker, but she was also able to pay off her student loans. She was also able to pay off her vehicle. And now she travels around the world earning $50,000 months, living life on her own terms. And she's not the only one. I have another good friend of mine. This right here is Josh Quay. Me and Josh actually met playing music together. And at the time, he was working as an engineer in a factory. And he was making decent money. He was making around 6 figures a year. But he wasn't fulfilled. His passion for travel and music was quickly fading. And so I introduced him to this high-ticket affiliate marketing blueprint. And he decided to lock arms with me. Now, fast forward to today, not only does he travel the world flying first class, business class, but he lives life on his own terms, helping others do the same. And because of that, it's been able to earn him an income of 7 figures a year. Pretty incredible, don't you think? And there's more. We also have Lieza. Lieza was an entrepreneur. She had owned multiple businesses, had multiple streams of income, but she was burnt out. And she was burnt out because of one thing: leverage. Now, if you're taking notes, I want you to write that word down because it's going to come up later. Lieza didn't have any leverage. She wore all the hats of her business. Now, once she discovered our system, it changed everything. Within 12 months, she went from $0 to nearly $500,000 in commissions. Today, she's changing lives, especially with women all over the world, helping them build businesses and actually support the life that she wants. And last but not least, we have Brittany. She was working a traditional 9-to-5 and she simply wanted to make extra income. She had partnered with us part-time while keeping her full-time job. Now, within 12 months, she was able to earn an additional $64,000 on top of her salary. So anytime somebody tells me that you can't build this business while working a full-time job, I simply don't believe it because I've seen it happen time and time again. Now, the reason why I'm sharing these stories with you is simple. It works. So let's unpack what high-ticket affiliate marketing really is. So to keep it simple, high-ticket affiliate marketing is where you have companies like Apple, Nike, Walmart, GoPro, Amazon, and they partner up with everyday people like you, like me, to market their products and services. And anytime somebody purchases those products and services, we earn a commission. Now, what this does is this creates a win-win situation. Instead of companies spending millions of dollars on advertising, they can partner up with creators who have built a relationship with an audience, people who know them, like them, and trust them. So instead of relying on traditional ads, they reward creators for driving customers. The company gets affordable marketing and creators get paid. Everybody wins. And this is where we get introduced to the word leverage. Now remember, I told you to write that word down, leverage, because leverage is powerful, and we're going to talk about why. When you develop valuable skills, you create leverage, and those skills have the ability to completely transform your life. At the end of the day, this partnership comes down to one question: what skills are you willing to learn, and are you willing to dedicate the time to master them? Now, I strongly believe that there is a reason why high-ticket affiliate marketing has been growing in popularity. And I believe it's because now more than ever, people are fed up with the economy. People are working harder, but they feel like they're falling behind. This chart right here shows that in 2023, we reached an all-time high number of people working 2 full-time jobs. Now, here's the crazy part. That number was 33% higher than during the 2008 financial crisis. I want you to think about that for a second. Now, conversely, on the other side of the coin, the rich continue to get richer. This report right here from just a few days ago shows that the top 0.00001% of Americans now hold roughly 12% of the entire US national income. That is mind-blowing. So why is this happening? I believe it's because the wealthy have learned how to recognize mega trends. My mentor taught me something that completely changed my perspective. He said that understanding mega trends and understanding their life cycle is often the difference between somebody who's making a little bit of money and somebody who is building real wealth. This right here is the megatrend life cycle, and there are 5 phases. The first phase is called the introductory phase. This is essentially the most riskiest stage. The product of the company is brand new, and it hasn't really had time to prove itself yet. It needs capital, it needs testing, and it still has to prove that the market actually wants wants it. And if it survives, it enters into the second phase, which is the growth phase. Now, in my opinion, this is the most important phase of them all, especially if you're an entrepreneur, creator, or someone who wants financial freedom, because this phase is where things go from unknown to becoming household names. I want you to think about the iPhone before everyone had one. If you had the opportunity to invest in iPhone when it first launched, how different would your life be today? I want you to think about it. What if you had recognized those trends early? What would that have meant for your future? That's the power of spotting megatrends before everybody else. Now, after the growth phase comes the early mainstream. This is where the product becomes wildly adoptable. Going back to the iPhone, remember the people who lined up overnight, who camped outside the Apple store just to be first? Those are the people who were buying during the early mainstream phase. Then eventually you move into the late mainstream, followed by the decay. That's when a product no longer starts to hold relevance anymore. A perfect example of this is BlackBerry. At the time, it was the business phone. Everyone had one. Today, it's practically gone. When you understand trends, you position yourself ahead of the market. And that's exactly why I'm so excited about high-ticket affiliate marketing. Over the last 5 years, search interest for the terms like high-ticket sales and high-ticket affiliate marketing has grown more than 750%. That is massive. People today just don't want a little extra income. They want to learn how they can replace an entire 2-week paycheck with a single sale. And even for this last year, searches for high ticket sales have increased more than 200%. So what does that mean for you? If you're watching this masterclass, you're early, you're ahead of the curve, you're ahead of the trend. And if you take this information seriously, you're putting yourself in a position to create something incredible. So what does this all look like? How does this work? Let's dive in. This is a 30,000 foot overview of how high ticket affiliate marketing works. The skill is learning how to build an audience, learning how to find conversations that are already happening, not just to be a fly on the wall, but to actually add value and help people. Because when you do that, you build relationships, and relationships create opportunities. One of the biggest lessons my mentor taught me that completely changed the way I think about business, he said, the success of any business is determined by the size of the problem it solves. If you solve a small problem, you get paid a small amount. But if you solve a massive problem, you are going to earn a massive paycheck. So by having conversations, building relationships, and understanding what people are struggling with, you're able to identify those problems and provide solutions. Now, when it comes to digital marketing, it really is just a numbers game. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make is they quit too early, or they're not consistent because they don't understand one simple principle, the 80-20 rule. If 100 people click your link or message you or say I'm interested, around 80% of them will never buy from you. And that's okay, because it's the remaining 20% that generate 80 to 90% of your income. Once you understand that, and once you're playing the numbers game, everything changes. You stop taking rejection personally, you stay consistent, and you put yourself in a position to win. Now, let me show you the blueprint that I've used to build my own business and how I've built an audience, joined conversations, built relationships, provided value, and at the same time, built a 7-figure business. This right here is my 7-figure blueprint, and everything starts with one thing: social media. I truly believe social media is the greatest place on earth to get attention. If you understand how to play the social media game, you can build a 6- and 7-figure business, even 8-figure business. Think about it. All your favorite creators, your favorite influencers, your favorite streamers, your favorite celebrities, where is everybody getting attention? Social media. That's where people are spending their time. And where attention goes, opportunity flows. By positioning yourself as an authority figure in your niche and consistently providing value, you naturally attract people. You build an audience, you build a community, you build raving fans. The goal isn't just to post. The goal is to create content that gives people those aha moments. Content that helps them solve their problems. Content that reminds them they're not alone. That's how you build trust. That's how you build community. For me personally, my favorite place to build relationships is in the DMs, especially today. Meta, Instagram, Facebook, they prioritize direct messages. Yeah, people are posting content, but more importantly, that content is being shared and discussed and acted on inside of DMs. So if you understand how to build relationships through direct messages, you're putting yourself in a great position to win. One of my favorite tools right now is something called mini chat because it allows me to automate part of my process. Now, I still believe in being present. I call it high tech, high touch. You'll find me inside the DMs typing away. You'll hear me sending voice notes, having real conversations, but I also leverage automation to streamline my process. Automation helps me separate the people who are genuinely serious to those who are simply just curious. Once I know somebody's serious, I ask one question: how can I help? Then I provide value. It may be a video, it may be a resource, it may be a guide, whichever serves their situation. Then if it's a good fit, we jump on Zoom. Zoom is my favorite way to sell. I've been selling on Zoom since 2018. And if I don't have Wi-Fi, I simply just use my phone. This simple system has allowed me to build a 7-figure business. Now, people message me all the time. They say, "Nee, it can't really be that simple." Well, here's what I think. Here's what actually stops people from succeeding. There are 3 major roadblocks that stop people from winning in this space. Number 1 is lack of clarity. People just don't know where to start. And because they don't know where to start, they never get started. Number 2, information overload. There is so much information online that people become trapped in analysis paralysis. That's where they're constantly learning, watching videos, taking notes, buying courses, waiting until they know everything. But here's the problem: a confused mind never takes action. And number 3, people get stuck when problems show up. Let's say you finally start your business, everything is going great, then something breaks. Your content stops performing, your ads stop working, your automation has issues, your account gets restricted. Who do you ask for help? For so many people, there's nobody there. And that's because they don't have support. And because they don't have support, they quit. Now, the second biggest reason I see people struggling is courses. Now, don't get me wrong, I love learning. I'm a huge believer in education. But here's what bothers me. People spend thousands of dollars, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars, learning information without ever being given a system to actually implement it. They are taught the skills, but they're never shown how to turn those skills into income. So after investing all that money, they're left alone trying to figure out how to earn it back. And that's why I believe courses are a great tool for learning, but they're not a complete business model for somebody who's getting started. And the third reason I see people struggling is the offer itself. Most traditional offers that are out there are low ticket, and it's difficult to build a sustainable income with low ticket. If you're only earning $40 or $50 per sale, you're gonna need an enormous amount of volume just to make it full-time income. And on top of that, many offers have low conversion rates. You might be able to generate leads, but nobody's buying. No sales means no income. And last but not least, so many systems are outdated. They may have worked in the past, 2 years, 5 years ago, maybe even 10 years ago. But the question is, do they still work today? Too often, the answer is no. And so when I'm looking at the space, I see 3 major issues, 3 major problems: no clarity, too much information, and the wrong offers. And that's exactly why my team and I created something different. We call it digital franchising. At the New Rich Syndicate, our mission is to build an army of digital marketers who lock arms and support one another and create impact around the world. Today, our community is quickly approaching 10,000 members, and we've designed our systems to be as plug and play as possible. Here's what you're going to get when you get started with us. First, we're going to show you the company we believe to be the best company to partner up with. We spent years testing, researching, and refining, and we have finally found it, so you don't have to. Second, we're going to help you launch your global business. You're going to receive our 90-day launch pad, because here's the reality. Rookies start a business, professionals launch a business. We're going to walk you through step by step your first 90 days using the exact same blueprint that we have used to help other people build a full-time income in this space. The next thing you're going to receive is our social media makeover. Like I mentioned earlier, social media is the foundation of this system. Positioning yourself as an authority figure in your niche is one of the biggest keys to your success. So we're going to help you optimize your profile, refine your positioning, and make sure that your presence online builds trust. Next, you're going to receive our context Rolodex. One of the biggest questions people ask is, what do I post? What should I say? How do I create content that actually gets results? We're going to show you the exact framework, the exact blueprint for creating content that attracts attention, builds trust, and generates sales. How to turn clicks into cash flow. Now, if you're anything like me, you are really going to love that training. Next, we're going to give you our DM conversation system, including proven scripts, automation, and conversation framework so that you can confidently build relationships, provide value, and guide people forward towards the right solution. And finally, you're going to get access to our closing calls and training. With our system, roughly 90% of the heavy lifting has been already done for you. The marketing, the training, the scripts, the sales process, the systems, we have built all of that for you. Your only responsibility is generating attention, starting conversations, and connecting those people to the system. Then the system does the heavy lifting for you. So again, this is the blueprint that I have personally used to build a 7-figure business online. Leverage social media, create valuable content, start conversations in the DMs, understand people's problems, provide solutions, and if it's the right fit, share the opportunity. It's a simple system, but simple doesn't mean easy. It requires consistency. Now, at the end of the day, you really have 3 options. Option number 1, you can go to YouTube University and try and figure it out all on your own. I did that. I spent years watching videos trying to find that one missing piece that would change the game for me. I eventually realized the fastest way forward was to actually learn from someone who had already done it. Number 2, you can invest in coaching. There are some incredible people in this industry. For example, Shelby Sapp. She is phenomenal. Now, her program typically ranges from around $3,000 to $7,000. And so you'll be able to learn valuable skills. But afterwards, it's up to you to find the right offer and build a business for yourself. Another person who I highly respect in this space is Cole Gordon. He has built an incredible reputation for himself. His programs typically range from around $10,000 to $18,000. And again, it's a little more on the pricier side. You are going to gain some great skills. But again, it's completely up to you to put all the pieces together and recover that investment. Or option 3, you can leverage an already done for you system. A system that has been built, that has been tested, and that has been proven. And that's exactly what we've created inside the New Rich Syndicate. A plug-and-play system that is designed to help everyday people build a high-ticket business without interfering with what they already have going on. Now, if you're watching this and you're thinking, I'd love to have a plug-and-play system like this, just like Natalie, just like Josh, just like Liesa, and so many others, that I want you to reach back out to the person that sent you this masterclass and tell them that you're ready for the onboarding link. Tell them that you would like to learn more about our affiliate system, our affiliate project, and exactly how to get started. From there, they're going to send you a link that'll lead to a series of videos that'll explain exactly how everything works. Once you see that and you like what you see, you will then have the opportunity to book a call with myself or our team where we'll be creating a custom tailored game plan specifically for you. I want to thank you so much for your time. I'll see you on the other side. Peace.